The Tengu, one of the most iconic and enduring supernatural beings in Japanese folklore, represent a deep blend of myth, fear, respect, moral teaching, cultural symbolism, and spiritual transformation, and understanding them requires exploring their origins, evolution, characteristics, religious connections, regional variations, and their modern influence on Japanese and global culture. In ancient Japan, the earliest written references to Tengu appear in texts such as the Nihon Shoki, the Chronicles of Japan, where they were originally described not as bird-like humanoids, but as fiery celestial phenomena resembling Chinese dog demons known as Chengo. Over centuries, however, Tengu slowly transformed into the highly recognizable form seen today. Part human, part bird, capable of supernatural skill, martial mastery, and moral judgment. Traditionally, there are two major categories of Tengu: the Karasa Tengu, Crow Tengu, with long wings, bird heads, sharp beaks, and black feathers, and the more evolved Kanoa Tengu or Dik Tengu, often depicted with a human face, red skin, long nose, and the appearance of an elderly, wise, but still dangerous, mountain sage. These two forms reflect a spiritual evolution believed to occur within Tengu themselves, symbolizing their progression from wild, chaotic forest spirits to more disciplined protectors or guardians of sacred mountains, particularly those associated with Shigendo, the syncretic Japanese mountain religion combining Shinto, Buddhism, and Taoist elements. In many legends, Tengu embody paradox. They are simultaneously protectors and tricksters, teachers and punishers, noble spirits and dangerous demons. This duality makes them fascinating to study and crucial to understanding the moral and spiritual landscape of Japan during the Heian, Kamakura, and Edo periods. One of the central themes surrounding Tengu is the notion of arrogance or spiritual pride, called Sajoban no Ko in some stories, referring to excessive ego that leads even monks or warriors astray. The Buddhist influence on Tengu mythology cast them as former monks who became corrupted by pride, reborn as Tengu to suffer and repent. The long nose of the day Tengu is often interpreted as a symbolic representation of arrogance, ego, and inflated self-importance. The most powerful of all Tengu is Sajobo, the great Tengu king of Mount Kurama, who is said to possess unmatched martial ability and deep esoteric spiritual knowledge. According to legend, Sajobo trained the famous 12th century warrior Minamoto no Yoshitsune, teaching him swordsmanship, agility, aerial movement, and strategies that helped Yoshitsune become one of Japan's most celebrated military heroes. This connection elevates Tengu beyond the realm of simple monsters and positions them as beings capable of shaping history and guiding human destiny. Throughout Japanese folklore, Tengu display a wide range of supernatural powers: the ability to fly at incredible speeds, shapeshift into humans or animals, control the wind, master illusionary magic, read minds, speak with animals, and disappear into thin air. Despite their often intimidating appearance, Tengu are not purely malevolent. They generally punish the wicked, arrogant, or dishonest while showing respect or even offering blessings to the humble, the brave, and those who treat the mountains with reverence. In many stories, they act as protectors of sacred forests, ancient temples, and hidden mountain paths. Anyone who trespasses recklessly, damages nature, or disrespects spiritual sites risks encountering the wrath of the Tengu. Their punishments can range from frightening illusions meant to teach humility, to physically carrying offenders into sky and dropping them, or leading them astray in the forest for days. Yet they also guide lost travelers, mentor gifted warriors, and protect monks performing religious rituals. This layered complexity makes Tengu one of the most morally ambiguous figures in Japanese legends. Their appearance has also changed significantly over time. Early Tengu were terrifying bird-headed creatures with predatory features, often seen as harbingers of war or natural disasters. Over time, as Japan's artistic and religious culture evolved, Tengu became more human-like, wise, and noble. Edo period woodblock prints, Shrine carvings, temple decorations, and festival masks emphasize this evolution, presenting Tengu with human faces, long noses, and expressions that range from stern to benevolent. Tengu are closely associated with mountains, especially remote or sacred peaks, such as Mount Karama, Mount Omine, Mount Takao, and Mount Horai. Mountains in Japanese culture symbolize the border between the physical world and the spiritual realm, making them ideal homes for beings like Tengu who bridge the human and supernatural. Tengu are also connected deeply to the Yamabushi, mountain ascetic monks of Shigendo, who practice extreme physical and spiritual training to gain enlightenment and supernatural power. Because Yamabushi often wore feathered robes and practiced rituals involving flight symbolism, many believe they were influenced by Tengu or could even transform into Tengu after death. This fusion of folklore and religion adds another layer to their mythology. In Japanese festivals, particularly in mountain towns, Tengu masks are worn to symbolize protection, courage, and the ability to ward off evil. These masks often feature exaggerated long noses, and they remain extremely popular in tourism, craftsmanship, and traditional art. Tengu also symbolize martial excellence, often appearing in samurai art, sword engravings, and kabuki theater as trainers or judges of warriors. Their connection to swordsmanship is so strong that many Japanese martial arts schools trace their origins back to Tengu legends, suggesting that the spirits blessed early warriors with skill and instinct. Regional variations in Tengu lore add more depth to their identity. In some areas, Tengu are benevolent guardians. In others, they are mischievous tricksters who enjoy playing pranks on arrogant monks. Some villages tell stories of Tengu stealing children only to return them unharmed but wiser, while others warn that Tengu may possess individuals who are spiritually weak. The presence of Tengu in Japanese literature is vast, appearing in classical no plays, medieval war chronicles, Edo period satirical writings, and modern fantasy novels. Their influence extends into modern Japanese culture as well. Tengu appear in manga, anime, video games, movies, and even pop culture merchandise. They are often reimagined as martial arts masters, mysterious forest guardians, or supernatural antagonists with great wisdom and power. In video games like Nioh, Sekiro, Persona, and Final Fantasy, Tengu-inspired creatures serve as both challenges and mentors, reflecting their dual nature. Internationally, Tengu have gained popularity as unique mythological beings distinct from Western demons or angels. Their role as proud mountain spirits resonates with themes of humility, self-discipline, and respect for nature. Tengu stories remind people of the dangers of arrogance and the importance of understanding one's place within the natural and spiritual order. In Japanese aesthetics, Tengu also carry symbolic meanings. The crow Tengu represents instinct, raw nature, and primal skill, while the long-nosed Tengu represents wisdom, mastery, and spiritual transformation. Because they live among ancient cedar forests, rivers, cliffs, and sacred mountain temples, T